Good afternoon. I'm Elizabeth Holloman, the Executive Director of the Orange Chamber of Commerce. On behalf of the Chamber, the City of Orange, and our presenting sponsor, Chapman University, I am pleased to call to order the 2021 State of the City. Please join me in welcoming Reverend Timothy Klinkenberg, Senior Pastor at St. John's Lutheran Church, who will lead our invocation.
Please join me for a word of prayer. Turn our hearts to the Lord and to the good work of leading the city of Orange. Lord Jesus Christ, you call your people of every time and every generation to follow after you. You open your hand and provide for every living thing, and in your Son Jesus, you show us the depth of your love and your care for all humanity. For the year gone by, we acknowledge your goodness and your providential leading. You have calmed our hearts on days and seasons of anxiety. You have brought us peace when there has been chaos, and you have brought us community when we have been encouraged towards isolation. Thank you for your presence and your gentle and consistent prodding that has led us to this time and this moment this afternoon. This afternoon, we celebrate our victories and reflect on our challenges. Thank you for the good work of Mayor Mark Murphy and our City Council. Continue to grant them insight and foresight that guides them down the path toward continuing to make Orange the best place to live in the world, to work, to find community, and to be in this great place. We acknowledge your protective hand upon us as we thank you for our police officers, our firefighters, and all who serve our citizenry. Thank you for their dedication and grant them your protection and a deep sense of your hand upon their lives and meaning in their work. We lift up to you also our schools and teachers, parents and students, nurses, doctors, therapists, and all who lead in our health care in our local area. Watch over our homes and businesses, Lord. Your people seek to live quiet and peaceful lives, and you deliver prosperity and success for us. Raise up workers, preserve businesses, and help us work together for the common good. This afternoon, we pray that you would visit the Musco Center with your Spirit's power and with your grace, that we would be encouraged and challenged by our leaders, and that we would be led in the way of peace through Jesus Christ our Lord. Amen.
Thank you, Pastor Klinkenberg. Please stand as we welcome our own Police Department Honor Guard as they present the colors of the United States of America. And please welcome Orange Police Chief Dan Adams as he leads us in the Pledge of Allegiance. And please remain standing for the pledge, after the pledge, for the National Anthem.
Thank you. As we stand to pledge our allegiance to this great flag and nation, let us remember that for which it stands. It is the emblem of this nation's unity, power, and greatness. It is a majestic symbol of freedom to the world. It reminds us of lives freely given to preserve our freedom and ensure peace. Let us remember that while these are difficult times, we still live in the greatest nation in the world. Place your right hand over your heart and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance to this great flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watch were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Thank you, Chief Adams. Thank you, Orange Police Department Honor Guard, and thank you to the Wemberley Bluegrass Band for that beautiful rendition of the National Anthem. Please be seated. And now I would like to introduce the chairman of the Orange Chamber of Commerce, Mr. Al Rickey.
Thank you, everybody, and welcome to the State of the City. It's so great to be here in present, all together, instead of having a Zoom meeting. I would like to introduce some special guests that we have here today. And let's start with California State Senator Dave Min. Dave, would you please stand? And California Assemblyman Dr. Stephen Choi. From our City Council, Mayor Pro Tem Kimberly Nichols, Council members Chip Monaco, Ariana Barrios, Kathy Tavaleras, and Ana Gutierrez. And we have a special guest today from the Mayor of Lake Forest, Scott Voights. Scott, Lake Forest. And from the Orange Unified School District, let's welcome Superintendent Gun Marie Hansen. Board Member Kathy Moffett, Board Vice President Andrea Yakasami, Board Clerk Kristen Erickson, and Board Member Anna Page. Let's hear it for the OUSD. And from Congressman Lou Correa's office, we have Janet Brown. From Congresswoman Katie Pringle's office, excuse me, Katie Pringle's not right, Katie Porter's office, Cody Mendoza. Got to think about the past presidents there. And from the County Supervisor's Office, Don Wagner, Ms. Pat Buttress. Let's hear it for those three. So we are excited because the Chamber of Commerce in the City of Orange turned 100 years old, 100 years serving the community of the City of Orange. And it's not because of luck, it's because of skill and management of the board. So would the board members of the 2021 Chamber of Commerce please stand and be recognized. We want to have a special thank you for the State of the City Committee. From the City of Orange, we have Aaron Schultz, Enrique Pivarol, and Val Chavez. And from the Orange Chamber of Commerce, we have Kim Lee, Rick Martinez, Pat Buttress, Rachel Rolnicki, Connie Chan, and Elizabeth Holloman. And from our host committee, Chapman University, we have James Gerard and Elisa Driscoll. Let's hear it for the State of the City.
Got buried here. Here we go. And I would like to thank the sponsors of today's event. A special thank you for our platinum sponsor, SC Fuels. I would also like to thank our gold level sponsors, CR&R and Integral Communities, MS International, SA Recycling, Wilson Automotive, and Trench Shoring Company. And I would also like to thank our table sponsors who are listed on the slide behind me. There's so many of them, it's wonderful. And finally, we would like to thank our presenting sponsor, Chapman University, who supports the Chamber in all we do, from the Orange May Parade to the State of the City. And without the support of Chapman and our other sponsors, we would not be able to bring the fun and community building events to you that we are able to do. So thank you so much to all of our sponsors.
So I would like to introduce our host for today's event. He is the 13th president of Chapman University. Before assuming the role as president in 2016, he served as Chapman University's chancellor, as the chief academic officer for 10 years, and as the dean of college and arts and sciences at George Mason University for another 9 years. He is a mathematician whose expertise is in the field of Fourier analysis. Now, I didn't know what that was, so I looked it up. Fourier analysis is a complex waveform expressed in a series of synodal functions and the frequency of which form a harmonic series. Well, that just cleared it right up. He's the author of 10 volumes and more than 200 peer-reviewed publications. He holds several patents in several fields of signal processing. He received the Cozzarelli Prize from the National Academy of Sciences and the Ellis Island Medal of Honor, and is a member of the National Inventors. We previously had the State of the City at the Sandu Conference Center, and because of COVID, we really didn't want to do that, so we went to Dr. Strupa and we said, what can we do? And he says, well, why don't you try Musco Center, because it's more wide open, and why don't we do that? So if it wasn't for him, we wouldn't be here today, so he's the one that organized that. So it's with great pleasure that I want to introduce the president of Chapman University, Daniele Strupa.
Thank you, Al, and good afternoon, everybody. Whoa, it's so nice to see all these people here. This center has been empty for too long. Thank you for being here. This is your center. This is one of the things that Chapman has done that I think has an impact on our community and making it a more vibrant, more exciting place. I don't usually get emotional when I come to speak here. I've been speaking on this podium for so many times in the last 5 years, but this time is a little special because it's the first time that I speak without being able to point at Paul Musco and thanking him for the generosity that has led to the building of this magnificent center. Paul passed away 10 days ago, and so the wound is still very fresh, and I'd like to offer our friend an applause in recognition of everything he has done for us. So I'd like to talk to you a little bit about what we are doing together, but first you have to allow me, I'm the president of the university, so I have to show a little bit of pride for my institution. And so let me begin by telling you about our rankings. It's kind of mandatory for a president to brag about the rankings whenever they go up, and to pretend that the rankings are not very important when they go down. So we are in a good year. We're going to show about this. And so for the third year in a row, our national ranks have been going up. Chapman for many years was what we call a regional Western university, and now 3 years ago we became nationally ranked, and we are now number 122. These are the 400 most prestigious institutions. And also our ranking, the Wall Street Journal published a different ranking. It's more recent, and we are ranking now number 158, almost a jump of 20 points from last year. I think you should share at least some of the pride that I feel, because this is an institution which is associated to the name of our beautiful Orange. When I talk to parents, when I talk to entering students, I always illustrate the reason why they should come here, and one of the main points is the location. This beautiful town is a safe place with a friendly community. So I think that what is moment of pride for me should be a moment of pride for you as well. Another major ranking that for us is very important is the one of the Dodge College. For the first time in our life, is now the number 4 in the nation. That's a really remarkable step. So we are competing with the very best institution. And to be the number 4 film school in the United States really means to be the number 4 film school in the world. We are clearly the leading edge in this discipline, in this industry, and we offer to students something absolutely unique. But now I want to spend a moment by telling you one thing that I told my faculty when I joined. This was July 2006, and I gave my first speech. It was in the Argyros Forum, and we didn't have this beautiful center at the time. And I told my faculty that the most important way by which you can evaluate whether your institution is successful is to see what it's doing for the community where the institution is located. And the question should be always, if we were to leave, would anybody care? And I thought that was an important way for my colleagues to focus on how we interact with our community. And I have to tell you, in my many speeches, I told my faculty a million different things, and this is the only one that they seem to remember. But it's good, because I think it's a very important point. And so I want to start by showing you something that we are very proud. It was a survey that was done by the Los Angeles Times, and they were looking at the best venues in the Southland, and 2 of them are here in Orange. And one is the Musco Center, where we are right now, and the other is the Hilbert Museum, which I know many of you have been visiting. And as you know, we are refurbishing and enlarging the museum, and it's going to be absolutely spectacular venue. It's a venue that is attracting a remarkable number of visitors from all around, people who come, and as they arrive, say, from the train station, they start appreciating the beauty that this town provides to them. So this is something that obviously we have built because it's part of the academic mission. We want to have a stage, a world-class stage for our students to learn. We want to have a museum where students can learn about the arts, but it's something that obviously is a partnership with the community, because this become a venue where people come and spend time. And if you haven't been to the Hilbert Museum, I really recommend that you go. It's a free museum, first of all. It's a spectacular collection, and Mark Hilbert, who is the person that really inspired the museum, loves to give tours about the museum. So if you go there, he's going to be there, and he's going to show you around, and you should tell him, you know, the President Strupa told me to come here and to look for you. And he will show you, and we spend all the time you want on detailing the different paintings that we have in the museum. But we do a lot of other things that may be not so visible. One of them particularly fond of is our partnership with Chapman between Chapman and Orange Homegrown. I know that Megan Penn is here, the executive director. Can I see Megan? Are you in there? Okay, why don't you stand up so I can give you a thank you. Let's embarrass Megan Penn. Thank you. This is a partnership that is already 10 years long partnership. Not only we host the farmers market, but we also have educational events that happens there. It's a very nice way, I think, to both serve the community, but also find ways for our students to be involved in activities that matter. Now, what else can a university do? What kind of students do we produce that can be meaningful to our community? Well, the next example is what we do together with the Orange Unified School District. I saw before that Gamma-Marie Hansen is here. So hi, Gamma-Marie, it was good. Oh, here she is. Thank you for being here. She's a fabulous partner. She and I met several years ago, I think, when I became president, and we've been obviously working on a lot of stuff. And this is one of the activities that we are very proud of. We have our students who work on a development of curriculum, and in a way they provide support to the district, and at the same time they grow in their education. We want to be able to give you all the very best possible teachers, because ultimately we know that the strength of a community relies on the quality of the education of our young people, and our young people get educated early, and we need to provide the kind of support they need. Another institution that I've had the fortune to visit a couple of years ago and actually work with some of their students are the Friendly Centers. And I think that Kathy Sealing, the executive director, is here. Kathy, can I see a hand? Oh, here she is. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for everything you do with the Friendly Center. So Here our students are involved in tutoring, and so I asked my staff to say, can you put together a slide for me? And so I guess my staff knows that I love math, so they give me a math problem. So I checked it before coming here, and it's correct. I was afraid that my student may not have done it right, and then I would be embarrassed in front of everybody. In fact, I was kind of smiling when it says about 6 feet, because a mathematician, I said, no, it's actually 6.6 periodic, but I guess 6 is good enough. So, you know, I'm a nerd, okay? So you gotta tolerate that aspect of my personality. So this is a very beautiful example. You know, the Friendly Center really provides support to some of the children in this city who need additional help outside the school, helping with the homework, helping grow and helping see a future for themselves. And I'm really proud that our students volunteer there. Granted, not everybody of our students is always perfect, but I think by and large, they have a big heart and they understand the role that they need to play in the city. We talked before about the farmers market. There are other activities that our faculty are doing which are in the general area of farming, so to speak. And in particular, Dr. Atamian, he has a National Science Foundation, NSF funding, to teach students, again, in our district, agriculture. Another example of how we partner in this case is a three-way partnership. We have Chapman University, we have the school district, and we have the National Science Foundation. You all are aware of the challenges that mental health is experiences, not just in our community, but truly around the country, partly because of the tremendous pressure that the corona pandemic has brought on us. And so we are really happy that our student, MFT, is our Marriage and Family Therapy. That's a graduate program that is really located in our Green College of Health and Behavioral Sciences, and they provide support through telematic sessions, another way by which we can offer free support to the citizens who are experiencing challenging in the area of mental health. And something that maybe a few years ago we would not have thought about it, but now with the tremendous pressure that our country is under, this becomes extremely important. There was something that we did at the very beginning of the pandemic that I thought was absolutely natural. We had a conversation, your mayor and Mark Murphy and I, about this, and it felt like the right thing to do, but I know that my faculty were particularly proud of, and that's the fact that we made our Panthers Village apartment available to first responders. You may remember, now it seems so long ago, this was March 2020, all right? Yeah, March 2020. I remember we closed the university. I sent this horrible message which I said, as of tomorrow, we're going remote. And the city, of course, was struggling to provide support, and some of the first responders were concerned about the need for them to quarantine after they came in contact with patients. And so we made available temporary housing, and I thought that was another great example of how we always come together. And I have to tell you, I always had a very good relationship with your mayors, I should say, not just Mark, but Tita before Mark. And we jumped in and we were able to provide support, which I think has been very significant. And the next step, of course, was to provide vaccination support. And so our School of Pharmacy, though it's located in Irvine, has been a major player in there. So what do I mean by this collection of activities? I think that the point here is to reiterate and tell you that while our number one focus, of course, is education, that's what universities do. We educate our students, we engage in research, but we never forget that the ultimate goal of education, the goal of research, is to give back to the community, is to give back to society. We understand that we cannot be, in other words, we don't take the support from the community for granted. We want to demonstrate that in fact we deserve the support and the friendship from our community. I want to, at this point I don't have a slide, but I want to say one big thank to your police department. They are doing a terrific job, and we are so grateful for the partnership between OPD and our public safety. It's wonderful to see the two bodies work together in situations that sometimes are complicated. And I really want to compliment all of you, because you have a fabulous police department that I think understands very well the role, and frankly, in keeping this community safe, welcoming, and working so well. And finally, I want to congratulate the Chamber of Commerce. I'm particularly proud because this logo has been actually designed by our students. So once again, we have a little sign of partnership here. I want to thank you again for being here with us today. This is your center. I'm so glad that we are reopening so that you could be here and participate in this important event. So thank you very much, and I think I'm leaving you back to the State of the City.
Thank you, President Stuper. So in 2020, we were a month away from having the State of the City and naming the Citizen of the Year, and of course COVID hit, so we couldn't do it. So this year, we're going to have our guest of honor identify the 2019 Citizen of the Year, Mayor Mark Murphy.
How you guys doing? Kind of a nice place, huh? How many of you, is this the first time you've been inside this building? A few, okay. Well, I'll tell you what, as things start to progress again, as we get back to whatever that new normal is, and they start having more and more events here, get on their email list and check this place out for a concert, for a show. They have some great opportunities as well where they have student participation in operas and others. But I can tell you as a kind of a live music nerd, this is the top building for live performance I've ever been in. So let's give another hand for Mr. Musco in honor of him as well as this great center. And of course, thanks to Chapman University as well for their kind offer to allow us to host the event here. It's my privilege to make the introduction for the 2019 Citizen of the Year. It seems crazy, but it's been 2.5 years since we've been all able to get together and do State of the City. We did it in March of 2019. Something happened in 2020, I'm trying to remember, right? And here we are in October of 2021. So Dean Kim, and I think we have a slide, was our last Citizen of the Year and continues to ably serve and represent in that role. But he asked me to, and gave me the privilege of doing this introduction. You know, she is someone who is immediately recognized in a lot of different circles. Her affiliations are extensive, and they really reflect her passion for giving to many worthwhile philanthropies. She started out in Tustin and served Chamber of Commerce, Lions Club, John Tracy Guild, 4-H Club, Girl Scouts, American Heart Association, Orange County Historical Commission, Tustin Historical Society, and for over 25 years, she's been a member of the Assistance League of Orange. She was a chairside volunteer in the Assistance League Dental Health Center. And we all know for those that are getting dental work done there, it's always nice to have a smiling face and a gentle spirit next to you, right? She oversaw and chaired the thrift shop operations, oversaw the Sistines. She can be found on many a Tuesday in the Assistance League Noel workroom, busy making handcrafted items for group to sell at the annual Boutique Noel holiday show. Now, Tustin was wise. All the way back in 1986, they recognized her as Woman of the Year. And the State Assembly was wise because in 1998, the 35th District, she was the Woman of the Year as well. She's been recognized for her involvement with National Conference of Christians and Jews. Much of her volunteering is centered on faith-based activities, including 10 years of extracurricular teaching of religion to OUSD children, making pilgrimages to France with seriously ill patients, and participating in the parish nurse program at St. Norbert's. She and her late husband, Frank, founded Southern Counties Oil. She's currently the chairman emeritus, and that company, if you're not familiar, is now known as SC Fuels. Based in the city of Orange, the company is family owned and operated. serves more than 11,000 commercial customers, but as importantly, continues to be one of the most supportive partners, including sponsorships for just about every community event I can think of, as well as active participation with the foundations, both community and library, as well as a host of other athletic endeavors and the rest. She has had, and they have had this business in Orange in such a strong bond that there just isn't a place that you don't see SC Fuels represented, and she's one of, and certainly the main effort behind an awful lot of that. The City of Orange continues to benefit greatly from her boundless energy, and it's my privilege to introduce Margaret Granke as 2019 Citizen of the Year. Yep. All right. We can keep clapping. Let's make a lot of noise. She's coming up over here. It is a privilege to present this to you. On behalf of the grateful community of the City of Orange, congratulations and thank you.
Oh, you're very welcome. Thank you.
And there are a number of other presentations that we will now present to you, Margaret. And then if you'd like to say a couple words at the end. Okay. Okay? Go ahead.
From the Orange Chamber of Commerce, we'd like to award this prestigious award for you for the 2019 Citizen of the Year.
Hi, David. And if you want, I'll hold them. There you go.
Hi, Mark.
Senator Min.
My name is Dave Min, and on behalf of the people of the 37th Senate District and the California State Senate, I want to recognize your extraordinary leadership and present you with this certificate on behalf of the California State Legislature.
On behalf of the state of California Assembly, I'm Stephen Choi, Assembly member representing 68th District. Congratulations for your Citizen of the Year 2019.
Hi, Margaret. On behalf of the Congresswoman Peggy Porter, I'd just like to say thank you very much for your contributions to the City of Orange, and we appreciate everything that you do.
Well, thank you very much.
There you go.
Hi, I'm representing Congressman Lutrea, and it's an absolute honor to meet you. Congratulations. Thank you very much.
All right. We're going to go over here. Actually, I'm going to indulge one more time. Can I have my fellow council people come on up here and let's go like this, and somebody's going to take our picture.
Okay.
Come on up, ladies. Got it? All right. Now let's go over here.
I am truly honored and humbled by this award. I was brought up to be thankful for what I have, to help others where I can. I am so blessed. I live in beautiful Villa Park, but my heart is in the city of Orange. Our business, SC Fuels, is here because your wonderful city council invited us here. My church, Holy Family Catholic Church, is here, and my philanthropies, Assistance League of Orange, which is a wonderful organization. It really is. I can't say enough about that organization that is so involved in the city of Orange, and we've worked for many years in helping, clothe children, the dental program, which is on hiatus, I guess, right now, but all the things that we've done to help in Orange, and it's just a wonderful organization. Also, Mary's Kitchen, I've worked there for years, and the Order of Malta is the parish nurse program at St. Norbert's. God willing, I will continue to give back to my community when and where I can. Thank you.
Absolutely. Look at that, Margaret. Got another standing ovation.
Okay, to keep these going, we're going to honor the Large Business of the Year. In 2021, the Large Business of the Year is awarded to Thompson's Building Materials. Now, founded in 1962 in the city of Tustin, but they quickly moved to the city of Orange in 1969, and they've been in the city of Orange for the past 52 years. Architects, builders, contractors, designers, homeowners, and everybody in the trade have come to trust and rely on Thompson's Building Materials. They employ over 80 people in their City of Orange location. They have a design center and material yard. They have grown to have over a million square feet worth of retail and office space throughout Southern California. Thompson's Building Material has been an active member of the Chamber for over 25 years, continuously supporting city events. Please welcome Paul Shin, the General Manager of Thompson Business Materials. Paul? And also Wendy, right? Wendy? Okay. All right. There you go. Thank you. So on behalf of the Chamber of Commerce, we'd like to give you the Large Business of the Award, of the City Award, and here it is from the city. Thank you. And I think we have some other people that want to give you an award.
Hi, Paul and Wendy. On behalf of the California State Senate, I represent the 37th Senate District, which includes the city of Orange. I want to recognize your contributions to our local economy in providing high-quality, sustainable building materials. Thank you for all that you do, and congratulations on this award.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Dave?
Congratulations. I'm Stephen Choi, Assembly Member on behalf of California State Assembly. I am so happy to present this award for winning your 2021 large business. How large it is, let me find out, but congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
On behalf of Congresswoman Katie Porter, I just want to say congratulations on winning the 2021 Orange Large Business of the Year.
Thank you.
Good afternoon. Congratulations, representing Congressman Lou Correa. Congratulations on your award.
Thank you.
Thank you. On behalf of Orange County Supervisor Don Wagner, it's our privilege to congratulate you on getting this award. I guess I should do it that way.
Thank you.
And also, I don't think there was a representative here from District Attorney Todd Spitzer, and so I wanted to just hand you his certificate too, because I know he's very
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And last but not least, we're proud to have you as a business in the city of Orange, and your contributions are well recognized. So on behalf of the entire city council, it's our privilege to provide this certificate of recognition as well.
Thank you. Thank you.
One more. Ladies, come on up. Don't be shy. There we go. Got it. All right. Thank you. Thank you.
Congratulations, Thompson's Building Material. Okay, and now for the Small Business Award. Congratulations to the Communications Lab. The Communications Lab is a award-winning community outreach firm, and their skills are based on creative problem solving and versatility. Their boutique firm provides full-service marketing and communication with a focus on assisting public agencies and communicating with the residents of the City of Orange. Giving back is a core value for the Communications Lab. During the pandemic, the Chamber of Commerce teamed up with the Communications Lab, and they did videos, drive up, take out, and save. They did videos of the Paseo, and they continually, evening with the mayor, all the things that we needed to do to keep in touch with the residents, and they donated their time to do that. The Communications Lab was helped record our eggs and issues that we had each week and bring it to the public, and they kept our members informed and engaged. So if you would, please welcome Ariana Barrios and Brian Lockery, the founders and owners of Communication Lab. Again, I believe there's some more coming up, so Senator Min.
Councilmember Brian, on behalf of the 37th Senate District, I'm delighted to present you, Dave Min, California State Senator, delighted to present you with this certificate on behalf of the people of the 37th Senate District and the State Senate of California. Thanks for providing high-quality communication services to businesses and those in need, and for all your contributions to our local economy. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Great to see you, Councilmember.
Thank you. Yes, please.
Carry those actually back.
Dr. Troy.
You want to hold them, or do you want me to put them back?
Congratulations. So you keep on winning Woman of the Year award, now Small Business of the Year award. On behalf of California State Assembly, I'm so happy to present this certificate, and congratulations. Keep up the good job. Good job. All right.
All right, given my position, I can personally attest to how great you and your employees are at your job and communicating. Just real quick, on behalf of Congresswoman Katie Porter, I want to congratulate you on being awarded the 2021 Orange Small Business of the Year.
Thank you.
On behalf of Congressman Lou Correa, your friend, I'd like to say congratulations for Small Business of the Year, City of Orange.
Thank you.
Thank you. I didn't know they were taking pictures. That's okay. I can fix it in Photoshop.
Hello, friend.
Brian is sweet.
On behalf of Orange County, I guess I should go over to the mic. Right? On behalf of Orange County Supervisor Don Wagner, we are really, really thrilled to present you with this certificate of recognition for being the Small Business of the Year. And I personally want to thank you because you helped me so much when I chaired the Rotary Club, the Orange Rotary, or the Rotary Clubs of Orange Police and Fire. We could not have done it without you. So that's a special thank you. Really, really a special. I guess if we're going to... And since since Orange County District Attorney Todd Spitzer also brought certificates, and I don't know of anybody in the audience that was to present these, so I'm going to present it for Todd. I know he. Oh. Anyway, I know he would really appreciate you being honored.
Oh, thank you so much.
Oh, okay.
One more time.
And last but not least, a certificate of recognition for the City of Orange for Small Business of the Year Communications Lab. Congratulations and thank you. That's for you. You bet. Good to see you. All right.
Ariana, I know you're never at a loss for words. Ariana, would you like to say something for your Small Business of the Year?
Honestly, what I want to say is that my team, most of whom is here, and my family, thank you guys. Nobody does anything without the support of terrific people who are talented and amazing and have even bigger hearts than we do. Thank you guys.
Last but not least, the 2021 Community Organization of the Year Award is awarded to the Assistance League of Orange. The mission of the Assistance League is to transform lives of children and adults through community programs. They have more than 300 members and have been in Orange for over 81 years. Last year, 39,000 hours of volunteer service helped more than 22,000 people. In 20 and 21, they distributed cloth face masks that were handmade. They gave special assistance and rent relief to people for utilities and food, and provided lunch for seniors that had food insecurity, and they clothed more than 1,000 children. They partnered with the Orange Chamber of Commerce for a vaccine program for COVID, and together we vaccinated over 700 people in a 2-month period, thanks to the Assistance League of Orange. Please welcome the president of the Assistance League, Karen O'Keefe.
Karen and Wendy Daveman, Senator representing 37th Senate District. On behalf of the state of California and the people of the 37th Senate District, it's my honor to present this certificate of recognition to you. Congratulations on this award, but more importantly, thank you for your philanthropy and exceptional service, particularly for the most vulnerable students for over 80 years, which is amazing. I hereby present you with this certificate and thank you on behalf of the people of Orange County.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Appreciate all you do. Thanks so much. Would you like me to take those back?
I'll hold it.
Congratulations for winning the Community Organization Award of the Year. That is wonderful that I hear that Assistance League does a wonderful work for the community. I think you deserve. On behalf of California State Assembly, I'm so happy to present this from my office, Stephen Choi, 68th District.
Thank you so much.
All right, thank you. Let me put that on
Sure.
All right. On behalf of Congresswoman Katie Porter, I just want to thank you for all the work that you do throughout the community and congratulate you on receiving the Community Organization of the Year Award.
Thank you very much.
On behalf of Congressman Correa, we'd love to congratulate the Assistance League of Orange, one of the best volunteer organizations in the city. Congratulations, we love the Assistance League.
Hello. On behalf of Orange County Supervisor Don Wagner, it really is an honor to be able to honor you for the hard work you have done for so many years in the city of Orange. And I'm so glad to see this recognition, and so is Supervisor Wagner.
Thank you.
That's it. Oh, I guess we'll get that picture. And then on behalf of Orange County District Attorney Todd Spitzer, it is also a privilege that he wanted to recognize you as being our nonprofit business of the year. Thank you so much. Yeah. Thank you. Now, you want me to put these all on?
And last but not least, the City of Orange also wants to provide a certificate of recognition congratulating the Assistance League of Orange for all it does as the 2021 Community Organization of the Year. And I know for a fact you guys are mighty. You do it quietly without a bunch of fanfare, but you make things happen in the City of Orange. And I want to say personally, thank you very much for all you do. You bet. We got it?
So on behalf of the Orange Chamber of Commerce and the citizens of the City of Orange, thank you, elected officials and City Council. Oh, yeah, for helping us here tonight, but why don't you go ahead and, there you go.
When given the opportunity. So just on behalf of the 366 members of Assistance League of Orange, I'd like to thank the Chamber of Commerce Board of Directors and all the entities that awarded us tonight and gave us recognition. We are truly honored to receive this recognition, and our mission for the last 81 years has been to transform lives, and rest assured we will continue serving our community long into the future. Thank you very much.
Okay, and our next guest needs no introduction.
By the man with few words. Hey, Al, you left your microphone. Well, thank you, and thanks to all that are recognized this evening. It is crazy to think it's been 2.5 years since we did this. Can you believe it? I know I can't either. You know, I'm going to do some introductions first and foremost. And I would be wrong if I didn't introduce my wife first. Vicki Murphy, I hear you're here. That's my mom, Lois, 92 years old last Wednesday. I think I'm allowed to say that. And then we call him the first dog of Orange. That's Harley over there on my shoulder in the right-hand picture. I want to say thank you to Chapman University again for hosting this evening and allowing us this grand venue. Certainly nothing happens in the City of Orange without a council that is active, involved, and engaged in what goes on. I'm proud to serve with these folks right up here. From left to right, Mayor Pro Tem Kim Nichols, Councilmember Chip Monaco, Councilmember Ariana Barrios, Councilmember John Dimitru, Councilmember Kathy Tavaleras, and Councilmember Ana Gutierrez. Also, and they asked for bigger pictures, I'm not sure why, our city clerk, Pamela Coleman, and our city treasurer, Richard Rome. I also want to thank the staff of the City of Orange. They came in relentlessly during COVID and operated safely. I'm proud to say we were back open in 8 weeks after COVID. The announcements were made in March of 2020. But it's due to a dedicated staff of leadership that has a can-do attitude, focuses on customer service, and figures out ways to make things happen rather than reasons why they can't. I also want to recognize a couple of people that have recently retired. The guy that looks the most relaxed up there, Rick Otto, he retired last week as our city manager. Bonnie Hagan is our acting interim city manager, and so we are in good hands. Police Chief Tom Casella retired, and you met our new police chief who led the flag salute tonight, Dan Adams. And then also Chief Chris Boyd fire chief has retired as well, and so now we're under the able leadership of Sean Dimitropoulos. Let's give them all a big hand. Okay, who knows what the most stated words were last year during COVID? See, you guys are educated. I knew that was going to work. So we all spent more time than we wanted to like this, right? And we're all kind of happy we can get back to doing what we're doing now like this, right? So I have to share one little story. And I'm not going to tell you the names to protect the guilty, okay? And everybody's probably got their favorite story about being on Zoom meetings, whether it's somebody falling asleep, somebody inadvertently leaving their camera on, et cetera, et cetera. So mine, I have a list, but I'm only doing one. This was early on in COVID. It was probably March or April 2020. All the mayors of Orange County were on the phone. We were talking about what the heck do we do? How do we work on everything from the vaccines to there was some beginnings of unrest, et cetera, et cetera. Lots of topics to talk about. About 20 minutes in, one individual said, excuse me, to another individual that was talking on the phone, may I stop the meeting for just a minute and compliment you? And this other individual was kind of proud and said, well, certainly. What would you like to say? And the first individual said, well, I just have to compliment you on your kids. They've been sitting behind you on the park bench, and they haven't moved in the last 25 minutes. It was a backdrop, you're right. But I think what that tells you, and you all recognize this, is everything changed with the announcement of COVID and the emergency orders. And we had to start doing things differently. Regardless of what our job was, we had to start relying on technology more, et cetera. And how many people used Zoom before the pandemic? How many use it now? Or some, I don't want to leave out Microsoft Teams or one of the others, right? So that's what the city did. We activated our EOC. We went to virtual council meetings. We started regular sessions with the county, the state, federal authorities, the coordination events with our public safety officials, with our all of our healthcare officials, and all of our educational partners as well, whether it be public school, private school, college, university, and the rest, because we're all on new ground, right? Communication through social media and hotlines became incredibly important. Our fire department established and coordinated and teamed with the healthcare agency to put together a vaccination program through NorthNet and assisted with the launch of the Disneyland Super Pod, staffed by fire personnel. Anybody get vaccinated at Disneyland? Yeah, all right. And as I mentioned, we reopened City Hall on the 11th of May, 2020. Here's something I'm particularly proud of. All the employee bargaining units, all of them, voluntarily in raises for the year to make sure we could get through the pandemic. You see, yeah, you can applaud. You see, in February of 2020, we were running along pretty good. We were projecting about a $5 million surplus. And things were going well. We were looking at, I was almost ready to ask the city manager, what can we invest in next year that we weren't planning on? March, it's announced, and the first projection showed us a deficit of about $18 million, a $23 million swing with the advent of COVID. And we're not alone. That's across the board, cities, states, municipalities, and the rest. Fear of the unknown, if you will. But the employee groups wanting to be a part of the solution came forward, and I think that's something to really marvel at. And give them one more hand, would you? Because that's... There was aid, weekly meals to homebound seniors versus via taxi cab. The Senior Meal Gap program provided 365 seniors with gift cards totaling $500 each to restaurants and grocery stores. And as well, over $4 million worth of CARES Act funds as grants to small businesses. Total of 214 businesses in town took advantage of that or gained aid to that. And I want to make a mention, he's not here today, but next time you see Don Wagner, thank him, because he made sure the money that was coming from the feds and state made a beeline to the city of Orange and the other cities in his district. And literally, if money was being released to the county on Wednesday, he was hand-delivering checks on Friday afternoon. And that didn't happen everywhere, and it makes a difference. Our libraries were a part of it as well. They added curbside service, grab-and-go service, virtual programming, expanded online resources, and the early literacy and STEAM collections. And also at the El Medina Branch Library, they served over 1,100 meals to children who needed them during the pandemic. So rather than looking at me talking for the next 25 or 30 minutes, and believe me, I am not lost on me the fact that I'm between you and the drinks and hors d'oeuvres outside, okay? I've got a little video here that tells some of these stories, so take a look at this and I'll be back in a minute.
Social distance. Mask up. Stay healthy. Stay home. Stay safe. We woke to a different world last year. Our health and well-being depended on us isolating ourselves. Even during this time, our community was adapting and working together to bring our city back to life. The Orange Plaza Paseo showed how out-of-the-box thinking could revitalize our restaurants and businesses in a COVID-safe way. Throughout the pandemic, our Orange Public Safety Departments continue to be there for us. Joining them were our everyday heroes, our essential workers.
Hi, I'm Ingrid Shine, and I'm an art and photo teacher at Villa Park High School in Villa Park, California. I made myself available almost any time during the day. I recorded every single lesson and presented that to the students. We also utilize live streaming. We're not here for the praise, but the students are very thankful. They are so much more appreciative of the classroom environment and their teachers.
Hi, my name is Dean Kim. I am the owner, operator of OC Baking Company. When COVID first hit here in our bakery, business just dropped 98% in like a day. So we started to organically make this pop-up here in Orange. The idea for the pop-up was basically a bunch of friends who needed somewhere to sell their goods. We thought it would be a great synergy to have them here. Also, it gave us an opportunity to help out charities like our frontline workers.
Hi, my name is Amber Nakagami. I'm the facilities coordinator here at Santiago Canyon College. We're a school. Our students needed to continue to learn, and us being here on campus and facilitating that was just, critical for our community. I'm just proud to have been part of that.
Hi, I'm Mike McCormick.
I'm Melanie McCormick.
And we're from Orange Grocery Outlet. Just trying to provide an environment where people feel safe. We've done things like seniors, curbside pickup.
The City of Orange was also there, back providing services only weeks after the first shutdown. City employees were on the job, working to find safe ways to continue providing excellent customer service. Orange found ways to deliver economic relief to our small businesses. Assistance grants allowed our businesses to retain employees and buy the protective equipment necessary to be a COVID-safe operation.
Hi, I'm Brian Tapia. I'm the CEO of Black Market Meal Prep. As we transitioned through COVID, we were able to grow our business by adding our grab-and-go meals, full service line of healthy snack options. Just wanted to thank the City of Orange for everything you guys done for us. We appreciate all our customers and support that you've given.
Hi, I'm Kim Lee, and I'm the proprietor at Pacific Conservatory. We're a music school in the City of Orange. In 2020, we received the City of Orange Small Business Assistance Grant. With that money, we were able to put in a UV germicidal air purification unit into our HVAC system, so we're breathing cleaner air.
Realizing that public infrastructure can't wait, the city also began several long-planned projects to deliver on the promise of keeping our community running well into the 21st century and beyond. We have faced extraordinary times which have challenged us as a city and as a community. Although we still have a way to go, one thing is for sure: we are back, and better than ever.
We're back, right? Hey, let's take a minute. You know, a whole lot of folks had to go to work during this pandemic, whether it was safety services, whether it was health services, whether it was retail. No matter what it was, for all those that either have a family member or themselves went to work every day, did their jobs during this pandemic, would you all please rise and be recognized? Go ahead, stand up. Thank you for what you did and what you continue to do. I want to also extend a special thanks to our health providers. We are so fortunate in Orange to have world-class health providers. And I wanted to reach out and say thank you specifically to Jeremy Zock over at Providence St. Joseph's Hospital, Chad Lefteris at UCI Medical Center, and Jenna Jensen from CHOC. The regular calls, the information back and forth, the coordination with our safety services and the rest to be as efficient as we possibly could, charting uncharted waters, was incredibly important, and I want to say a personal thanks for all you did. Speaking of folks that were out each and every day, 24/7, our public safety services responded to a total of over 100,000 calls between police and fire during the pandemic over this last year. And they respond fire, for instance, not only responding in the city of Orange, but as you're well aware with the firestorms, our personnel went to 28 wildland incidents through the state. About 4 million acres burned, but 25,000 hours of our fire department's time, and majority of deployments for these things were 14 days or longer each. So if you would, sorry, I hope your hands aren't getting tired. How about a hand for all those that... But that's not all. The EOC was modernized and renovated during the pandemic, and as well, Fire Station 1, right on Main Street, is on schedule and is under construction and will be opened next fall. Stay tuned. We'll be inviting you all to come and celebrate. This is a station that's been in the making for a long time, and the council and we're all very proud to seeing this come to fruition. So please come by and see that as well. Fire Station 2 was also updated this year. Now, over on the police side of things, I mentioned the calls for service and the rest. They also integrated in-car and body-worn video for the safety of the officers and critical information that is gathered and winds up being evidence in the resolution of cases. They too met the call each and every day, 7/24. They're also working on a remodel of the headquarters of the police department under the leadership, obviously, of Chief Adams. And the response time and professionalism of this entire staff, both police, fire, and really our entire staff, during times both of health tragedy, of other tragedy, as well as providing the opportunities for folks to have their right to speak, so public unrest and the rest of the things that we all faced. These departments were absolutely professional and absolutely the reason why the city of Orange is the great place it is to live, work, and raise a family. And you can give that, that's fine. Now, I mentioned about that deficit, and Will Colball over and his finance team and economic development teams, they quietly go about their job, but they're very creative in how they approach things. They've won award after award for the financial reporting and the rest. But two projects that they were working on that I'm proud of, and I want to call out. One, there's a 20-year participation agreement. And what that means, and this is with Providence, by the way, what that means is they're locating a new purchasing subsidiary in Orange, and that will result, we're expecting in the first year, of about $1.8 million of sales tax to the city of Orange coffers. So thanks to Providence and thanks to the work there, but also we updated our financial strategy, including we increased our reserves during these challenging times, and we also issued obligation bonds to address pension liability challenges and savings. And so for the next 23 years, we're going to save about $150 million on our pension obligations. That's about $6.5 million a year, which when you're dealing with a $150 million budget, there's $8 million that we didn't have the year before. So let's give the finance guys a hand. Moving on, I want to call out, if you haven't seen it, and I think we're doing an opening in the next 10 days or so, the Larry Tanis Family Garden with installation of plants, sculptures, and a water feature at the Orange Public Library, the main history center. It will be open, and it's a project that was a labor of love. We lost Mr. Tanis right as it was being finalized, but I know he's smiling down and proud about it, and I know his family is as well. So if you get a chance, come over and take a look at that. The library services, as I mentioned before, under leadership of Dave Curtis, and they're doing a great job. Handy Park renovation projects should be done in about 3 or 4 weeks. Chris Cash and the Public Works and Water Departments continue the maintenance, the new projects, as well as redesigning the courtyard. And you saw the picture of well 28, yet another water well coming forward. Community development, 2,500 requests this past year. There's a number of entitlements, and I think the list there it is, of a number of permitted projects. There's some finalized projects, and we just picked out a few, but literally 2,500 requests last year. Slightly slower than normal, as you might guess, because of the pandemic, but I'm proud to say continued efficiently processing projects to allow things to be built and continue to improve. And that, by the way, community development is currently being led by Susan Galvin as well, and she's doing a great job for us. Over on the automation side of things, we've implemented training and operating a new agenda management software for the more efficient workflow of things related to council meetings and the rest. And now I'm messing up the slide, guys, see, because I jumped off a schedule. My apologies. And we also launched the Orange 24/7 app that allows you to file. There you go, see? The guy's really, really good that's doing this stuff, by the way, because you never know what I'm going to say. But this 24/7 app, if you don't have it, pull out your phones as soon as we finish up here and grab it. It gives you the chance. If you see something that needs our attention, you can report it. If you have questions, you can get your questions answered that way. And it's really going to help expedite things and streamline things so that you get your answers quicker and we can get to the results faster. If we have all your eyes and ears out there watching for things for us, we can't help but be that much better in terms of the turnaround time of getting those things taken care of. I need to call out, is Gary Sheets here? He must have brought his family. He normally doesn't get that much applause. I got to say, the city attorney's job is tough no matter what time you're talking about. But these extraordinary times, he and his team continue to deliver results on the widest range of topics and challenges I've ever seen. I know I speak for the entire council as well as the public, and just want to say thank you for a job well done. Monica Espinoza, yeah, let's clap for him. Monica Espinoza and the HR team continues to do great work as well. Think of this, since March of 2020, we've hired 141 new employees. That includes 17 firefighters, 15 new police officers, and a number of folks in all the other departments. And despite restrictions, despite health restrictions, et cetera, that's a job well done in anybody's book, as far as I'm concerned. So thanks to Monica and her staff as well. Let's talk a little bit about homelessness and workforce housing and some programs. And rather than me talking about it, I've got another video for you.
From Alaska to Florida, every urban center in this country is confronting the issue of homelessness. Here in Orange, we are working on regional and local initiatives to find long-term solutions based on the Continuum of Care system. Continuum of Care goes beyond just food and a temporary place to sleep. Clients within the system are provided with resources to help them manage and overcome health and mental issues, which offers a path towards stability and reintegration. In partnership with the county, Orange and our sister North Orange County cities have formed the North Service Planning Area. The North SPA cities have built 2 100-bed navigation centers with the ability to add more in the future. The Buena Park and Placentia centers provide access to shelter, basic needs, health services, and job resources. In Orange, the county's Be Well Center has opened to provide substance abuse and mental health services.
Hi, I'm Marshall Moncrief, Chief Executive Officer of Mind OC, the small not-for-profit engine that runs Be Well Orange County. So we're not just trying to transform care that occurs within the 4 walls of this building, we're trying to transform the care that takes place on the front end and the back end. We're here for the community. This is for the needs of the whole community. And so if you're a family member or someone struggling with a mental health disorder or a substance use disorder, this place is for you. And we're grateful to the City of Orange for leading the charge and putting what is a national model right here in this city.
Hi, I'm Mike Leoracus, Executive Director of Abound Food Care. Abound Food Care is a nonprofit collaborative effort to recover excess edible food from the food industry and then be able to direct that food to nonprofit agencies that feed people. So what started in the City of Orange and the City of Anaheim, our 2 pilot cities, is now a national project. You know, residents of Orange should be exceedingly proud of their city for identifying and recognizing the benefit of recovering this excess edible food. It's part of a comprehensive municipal plan to feed hungry people.
The Orange Police Department's Homeless Engagement and Resource Team is out in the community, making contact with our city's displaced population, offering referrals to the many services available to them. In the near future, HEART will be joined by homeless outreach specialists to further engage with those who need assistance. As part of our ongoing efforts to place our in-need and displaced individuals into the continuum of care, the city and its partners held a navigation day, bringing together in one place a comprehensive collection of services. Orange has also been at the forefront of affordable and workforce housing development, with several new developments built just over the past few years. 3 existing apartment complexes are also in the process of converting to affordable workforce housing. A new project offering affordable permanent supportive housing is being developed on formerly underutilized land at our city courtyard. As we move forward, Orange and our local partners will continue to work towards the day when no one need live on the streets and everyone has a place to call home.
Gives you an idea of the breadth of things going on in the City of Orange and its surrounding area. As I mentioned before, we're so fortunate to have such a robust body of faith-based and nonprofit organizations that assist in that continuum of care and that process. And we're really proud of being the home of the Be Well Center that you saw featured there, the first of its kind in the country and a model for others to follow. And there was reference as well of the permanent supportive housing that's going in on the Public Works Courtyard. The target for that is women and families, children, that are coming out of the shelter system and need that first place to stop. And these units are guaranteed to stay affordable for those folks and the rest as they make that tough transition out of shelter into starting to be responsible in that pathway to a much more productive life. So we're really excited about partnering on those. There's 6 units as well from Homemade that we're working on, and there's also Orange Senior Housing has an entitlement for 74 units on the west side. We talked about the navigation centers as well, and that's a team investment of what's called the North Spa, as was referenced there, cities and the county getting together to provide those beds and the necessary services to start folks on that path to get off the street. And we talked as well a little bit about the Heart team. You saw them on there, the bike team as well, and we've partnered with a number of agencies to work with and for those individuals that are having a tough time finding their way out of living on the street. And will be adding 2 additional homeless outreach specialists to the homeless team for homeless engagements, and they're currently in hiring process right now, and they should be up and active before the end of the year, and we're proud of that as well. Planning never stops. Community development is working on updating our housing element. We mentioned the additional housing and some of the things, the workforce housing that was up there as well. But also there's a North Tustin specific plan that those of you that have interest in that area, they're still taking public input, and it's an opportunity to have a say in and to understand the process as that area is being revisioned moving forward. I've got one more video. Can I show you one more video? All right. I've got one more video here and then a few items to close, and then we'll go outside and have some refreshments. What do you say? All right. Here you go.
Orange is. Orange is about family. Orange is about community. Orange is about connections to each other. While the pandemic may have temporarily kept us from community life in 2020, 2021 gave us a renewal of the places and events we love so much. We return to our parks, finding new improvements and amenities to enjoy.
Hello, I'm Pamela Ralston, and I'm the president of Santiago Canyon College. Santiago Canyon College will look a great deal like it did before the pandemic, but better as a consequence of having survived it. The work that we did when we moved the college online had some benefits for students, staff, and faculty. The benefits will lead us into a future for the college that is more nimble, more responsive, and less time-dependent.
Hi, I'm Jerry Price, Vice President for Student Affairs and Dean of Students at Chapman University. Our students return to classes and a faculty who are eager to be back. It's like this pent-up thirst for being back in person. They were eager to get back into the classroom and engage with their fellow students, and we're grateful that the Orange community continues to welcome our students.
We return to a beloved city event. With the promise of more to come. As we move beyond the pandemic, we look forward to old traditions returning to delight new generations. Orange is about community. Orange is about family. Orange is.
You know, things are starting to come back a bit to whatever that new normal is, and we've been having some great events since really Concerts in the Park came back in the beginning of July. But first I want to talk about the Olympics a little bit. We celebrated our Olympians with a special ceremony and the rest, and actually our gold medal winning woman volleyball player, Annie Drews, who is a recent addition to the city of Orange, her and her now husband, it was fiance at the time. We had a little get-together down in conjunction with the 100th anniversary of the Chamber in the plaza, and she was very kind and very generous with her time and the rest, and I think you'll be seeing her around some more. She was from Indiana, and her and her fiance both, and she came out here to work out with the U.S. women's team locally, and she said they rented an apartment in Anaheim for a short period of time. Wait, nobody from Anaheim's here, are they? She told me that while renting the apartment in Anaheim, she found herself drawn to the plaza, to the history of the city, to just a whole lot of things, and felt at home here. And so she ran into this realtor by the name of Rickey. I don't know if you've heard of him or not. And he found them a great spot, and so they're now proud residents in Old Town here. So if you get a chance to see her at an event or whatever, congratulate her and the rest. But those other names that you see on there are also other Olympians that competed in the games in 2020, and we're recognizing some of them at our next city council meeting as well. I gotta say some kudos to our community services department, and I shouldn't say I got to, I should say I want to, because they leveraged the virtual events during the pandemic and made them as fun and as engaging as possible, but they also were on the front edge of making sure that the tried and true events like the concerts in the park, the treats in the streets that are coming up, the tree lighting, etc., were back in swing. And I would say the 3rd of July felt just like it had never been stopped back in 2019, so it's great to come back on that. But Bonnie Hagan, who's our acting interim city manager, as well as leading community services, and her team do great work on making sure that Orange gets together and celebrates. We like that as a city, and they certainly help make that happen. What else do I have, Enrique? He's waiting for me to say something, you see. I'm going to talk a little bit. I want to say thank you to the community partners. These are folks, and SC Fuels obviously is among them, and Chapman University, and take a look at all those folks up there. They contribute to underwrite and help make sure that we can have the city events that you all have come to know and enjoy. And I want to say thank you to all those that have done that. And I also want to encourage, if you're looking for a place to get involved in support of the community at large, it's a great idea to think about. And you can direct it to a particular event if you have something that tugs on your heartstrings, or you can do it generally and have it across all the events that we do in the city of Orange every year. One other event I wanted to mention before I go to the close, and that is the Field of Valor is coming up at Handy Park. This is a Community Foundation of Orange event. They erect 1,776 flags on the Handy fields. If you haven't gone by to see it, go by to see it. But you can sponsor a flag or multiple flags. If you have veterans in your family, if you have folks, loved ones you want to remember, if you just want to sponsor somebody to tell them thank you for their service, And I know if you go to their website, there's still opportunities available for that, and it's coming up soon during the Veterans Day week. So, we've covered a lot of ground. I think it's clear, and there's another great example of a community foundation project. The oranges that you saw pop up around town, those were available through Community Foundation, and people decorated them. But I thought it was appropriate because, in my opinion, Orange is strong. Whether you look at our education, whether you look at our health services, whether you look at our community services, whether you look at our neighborhoods, the Old Town area to Orange Park Acres, to the west side, to the east side. I think there's a song like that, sorry. But the nonprofits I mentioned, the faith-based organizations, Orange is strong, and Orange is a community that come together, whether it's tough times or easy times or amazing times, they come together to make amazing things happen. I want to thank you. God bless you all, and I'll see you outside.
So on behalf of the Orange Chamber of Commerce, we'd like to thank you all for supporting us. And outside in the grass area, we have food and beverages for you. Please stay and meet the people that make all this happen and make new friends today. So thank you very much for coming to the 2021 State of the City.